All right. I want to do a case for a civilian arrest of the neocon Democrats and who are criminals. The corporate neocon Democrats, the corporate neocon Republicans. And I'm not just talking about the ones sitting in Washington. I'm talking about the ones in our state houses, the ones in our agencies like the FBI, the CIA, the NSA, the Homeland Security, the FAA, the FCC, and all those alphabet soup places, as well as the state versions. We need to arrest the Republicans, the Democrats in our state houses. We need to arrest them in our cities, in our towns, and in the federal branches. Uh, we have a dictatorship. We have an oligarchic dictatorship. What is an oligarchic dictatorship? An oligarchic dictatorship is where the ultra wealthy uh, basically have a fascistic relationship with those who sit in political offices and official positions. Uh, we have a dictatorship, one that commits fraud, embezzlement, um, one that uh, gives orders to arrest, murder, kill, uh, torture, uh, one that steals intellectual, one that allows the theft of intellectual property from Americans uh, who don't have the money. Ones that make regulations so that banks can the criminal organizations called banks, such as Wells Fargo, Citibank, and Bank of America, and all those can legally steal from us. Um, we have corporations like Monsanto, Dow, Johnson and Johnson, and the tech Silicon Valley tech firms. We have hedge funds, which is basically the you know hedge funds and stock companies. Basically, it's basically an out and out pyramid scheme, and uh, and just rapacious pillaging. So we have media uh, owned by those same fascist corporations and the ultra wealthy, uh, basically drumming up war and genocide and raping and pillaging, uh, sending our Americans, are and many of them are young Americans, kids, not much more than kids, to go and be killed or to suffer mental and physical trauma, all so that these fascists can make money. These criminals can make money. We need to take back the media, whether it's TV or press. The New York Times, the Washington Post, Boston Globe, uh, all those, and it's not everybody. It's the ones that are on TV every day. Um, it's the ones that sit on top, the editors and the supervisors, and and the people that own them. We need to arrest them. We need to arrest the heads of Northrop Grumman, as well as the shareholders of all these companies. They all need to be arrested. They all need to go. The Koch brothers, the Mercers, the DeVosses, the Trumps, the Betsy DeVos's brother, Eric Prince. We need to go after the Soroses, the Warners. You name it. They all need to go. We need to go after the police chiefs and the DAs and prosecutors. We need to get them. We need all of this, and there are only a handful of people who are actually representatives who've just been recently elected during the midterms, but. And I say only a handful because the vast majority of those who call themselves progressive, they're in the progressive caucus. They're not progressive. They're criminals. They often, and if they're not out and out criminals, they're criminally negligent to the point that they're dangerous to have in office. It's truly an abysmal situation. We need Bolton needs to go. He needs to be arrested. He needs to be put in jail for the rest of his life. The idiot that's the head of the State Department. He needs to go. Trump needs to go. Almost every single one of the Trump's administration needs to go. The amount of criminal activity is ridiculous. Nancy Pelosi needs to go. Chuck Schumer needs to go. It's time for the people to rise up and take action. There's no more time left to dilly dally. There's no more time to give a second chance, because they've had second chances for centuries, and yet they're not. Yet it's only gotten worse and worse and worse. And just check out recently Jeremy Scahill of The Intercept. He just posted. They just posted a video and about what's happening in Venezuela and the coup that's taking place. We cannot continue. We cannot allow it to continue. We have the numbers. We need to get out there, and we need to be forceful. We need to do a civilian arrest and take these criminals, these abominations out, because we do not live in a democracy. Democracy has been a joke. The sanity. There has been only brief periods of sanity in the political leadership, but the vast majority of the United States has not been filled with sanity, or morals, or ethics, or any other standard. The Clintons need to be arrested. There are very few Dennis Kucinich being one who was a person who was looking to represent. Everybody's seen the guy from Starbucks. Supposedly the guy that came up, as a working poor to become a billionaire. Uh, the criminality is ridiculous. We have a convicted pedophile hedge fund guy, which is a criminal operation. The one that I think the Miami Herald did a great piece on. Can't think of the guy's name right now, but he had that criminal pedophile ring. But he basically got off scot free. And this, we're talking about hundreds of young girls and children who were sexually exploited, and not only that, but trafficked. Alan Dershowitz, he was involved, and this guy is supposed to be a defense attorney. It just, on every level of people who are supposed to be legitimate people, are committing crimes on a scale that puts to shame every criminal that has been on, that's they've made movies about, and so on and so forth. Like Al Capone. I mean, these guys make Al Capone look like a pussy. These people make Al Capone look like a pussy. An amateur. This has gotten ridiculous. And and if we really want change, we can't do it through the electoral process, and we don't have time to do it through the electoral process. So I'm planning on going out there, doing a yellow vest, and going on calling for a general strike. And I'm calling for a civilian arrest, and I hope the urgency of the present is something that we all understand, and we should strive to put a stop to, because I don't know about anybody else, but I'm tired of being taken. I'm tired of being made into nothing more than a piggy bank and a slave commodity under the tyrannical dictatorial rule of a shitload of criminals with legality. So, thanks.